Hello and welcome to another ramble. I don't know, there's something funny about like just entering the screenshot, instead of just being in it when it records. Anyways, um I don't know who needed to hear this, but dude, I think you guys already know. Like I think you know that we spend an obscene amount of time alone, you know? Man, at this point, I'm just like, whatever. I've just embraced that aspect of myself. I think I've spent most of my life fighting that, that part of myself. I think you guys can agree. It's like we've been spending a large part of our life trying to fit in, trying to feel accepted, just trying and trying and trying. That gets like really tiresome. Wouldn't you agree? So now I'm just like, I'm just going to embrace my aloneness, you know? Embrace that lone wolfness of myself. Um, and then you hear people say that, oh, it's not good if you isolate. Dude, I've been trying to fit in and it hasn't worked. It's not like I didn't try. It's not like I just I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, story time. Story time. Let's move into story time. So like I don't know about you guys, but I've been feeling melancholic for the past, I don't know, 4 days or something. And I don't know how you guys deal with it, but I literally will embrace that. I will embrace the feeling. It doesn't matter if it's good, if it's bad. Well, it's all perception, right? It's all perception. You know, it all everything. It's just like exists in your mind. And it's your interpretation and your perception of what you are experiencing and feeling in this current space. In this present moment, and I just embrace it. I don't run from it. I don't like try to deny it. I don't try to like downplay it. I'm just like, okay, I woke up today and I feel this, and let's feel that today. Let's feel that in this moment. And eventually it runs its course. It's when you like push it to the back, to the side burner, that it lingers, and it will continue to linger maybe years down the line, waiting for your attention. It's like, look at me. I'd rather look at it like straight away instead of just like push it to the side and then, I don't know, 20 years later, suppressed emotions come ripping at me like a tidal wave and it's super overwhelming. Just deal with it when it's small. Anyway, story time. Yeah, I'm sorry. I went off on a tangent. But so yeah, I've been feeling like melancholic, and I went to work, and my energy was pretty poor. Normally I set myself up, like I tune myself in such a way that when I get to work, I'm just like, woo. But no, the past few days, I haven't been feeling that, and I'm not gonna lie to myself. I'm gonna be freaking honest, and yeah. So I went to work and I was like, whatever. Dude, I've noticed your energy. You probably already know this. Your energy hella affects your experience, you know? So like if you're gonna go into like a place feeling like blah, then you're probably gonna attract like people and things that mirror that back at you. So yeah, I did attract such things to myself. I had splashes of like, I don't know, like fun interactions, but it was mostly just like blah. And I was just like, okay, right now I feel uncomfortable feeling this blah. what am I gonna do? Am I gonna like run from it? Am I gonna fight it? Or am I just gonna sit in it and just accept it? Hardest thing ever is to not react, right? So I was just like, I'm just gonna go with this. And towards the end of my shift, I ran into someone that I hadn't seen in 6 or 7 years. And holy camole, guys. I don't know if this is going to be like expressed in the way that I would like it to be expressed, but it was almost like that's how you know that's how you know it's something real, you know, when you haven't seen someone for an extended period of time, but you guys will meet and it'll feel like time never existed, or like, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, that's how it felt. And this girl comes in and she's like, I really don't know why I felt drawn to come into this space, but something told me to come in. And she looked at me and she's like, I think it was your energy. It was drawing me in. And she's like, I am so freaking happy to see you. And we just had this moment, And yeah, initially like it took us a while to like kind of like process each other. Like, how like when you see someone familiar and it's like you recognize them, but then it takes a while for you to kind of like sift through the data to remember and recollect how you know that person. It was one of those moments, but once we realized like who we were to each other, we just lit up like freaking like sunbeams. And she's like, oh my gosh, it's been 7 years. And honestly, I was just like, yeah, dude, 7 years, but it doesn't feel like that. I can revisit the last time we hung out together like it was just yesterday. Isn't that fucking trippy though? Like how like your mind is that way? How it has like instant recognition of a particular person or place or thing despite how much time has passed. And by the way, time is a man-made construct. I believe that to be true. you know I feel like that's why when you're like existing in the present moment, time moves differently. I think I've mentioned that in a previous video, but same with like encountering someone that you haven't seen for years, maybe even lifetimes. You guys ever think like how like do this is totally like going into a different subject, but let me continue with my story. So we recognized each other and she told me that she was drawn into my space. She didn't know why. And when she saw me, she knew it was my energy that drew her in. And then we took a while to like recognize each other, to recollect memories. Felt like, I don't know, it didn't feel like, it was just unreal that 7 years had passed, because literally I could remember us hanging like it was just yesterday. And she was saying, I don't know, she was just saying a bunch of things to like that really resonated on my from a heart space or a spiritual space, and I just wanted to cry. Like she reminded me like why life is so beautiful and why we exist. I mean, that's the simplest way I can put that. You know, and how like, most of our lives we encounter people who don't see us, don't see us, and we start normalizing other people's, I want to say, perceptions of who they think we should be or who they believe we are, but they're not seeing us, like really seeing us from like a soul level, you know? And the thing is, like, when you're around people like that, you know, I just feel like you start believing that, that you start believing that you are not reflection of the essence of your heart or your spirit, because everyone around you doesn't function in that way. You get what I'm saying? Am I getting through? And it's like once in a while you'll encounter people who see you on at your soul's essence, and they remind you of it, and it's just so refreshing and so satisfying. It brings tears to my eyes. Seriously, it just I don't know, the whole encounter was just so like heartwarming, and it was just so like pleasing to come across someone, to encounter someone who could see you from your soul's essence, and you could see them from their soul's essence. And I feel like this, I don't know, this is like, I know this video sounds like it's all over the place, but I hope you're following me. I feel like you are, and if you aren't, that's okay, you know. But I don't even know where I was going with this video. I just know that it's just weird how like oh yeah, I was talking about being present and honoring like whatever you're feeling in the moment, and not pushing it away and not dismissing it, and not, you know, like putting it on the back burner, but instead embracing it and allowing it to be in the moment without resistance, without reaction, and then meeting people that you haven't seen for years, if not lifetimes, and there's instant recognition, you know, and how like I just posted a video, but there's a version of you that exists in every single person's mind that you have ever encountered. And that version of you basically is just a projection or a reflection of like everyone's like internal world. Isn't that fucking trippy, guys? It's so trippy. Dude, I don't even have to do drugs to come to these like crazy these crazy like whatevers, you know? Yeah, I feel like I am blessed in that way, because if I yeah, if I didn't have low tolerance to those things, who knows what would be happening, you know? Anyways, oh my god, I feel like I'm just like rambly bambly all over the place, and I don't know if you learned anything, and I don't know if you like, I don't know. It's all food for thought, you know? It's all food for thought, because all of us are just literally walking stories, and we're just kind of expressing our movies into each other's like energetic fields, and they're all merging and meshing, and yeah, life's a trip. Anyways, I hope you have been taking time to be present, and I hope that you have been taking time to take care of yourself. Friendly reminder before I end this, um, you are not everyone's cup of tea, and they don't have to drink. And that doesn't, I want to say, devalue or make you less than who you really are. You know, just because people don't like your tone or your tune or your flavor or whatever, don't let that alter the way you feel about yourself, because you're pretty freaking amazing. Remember that. You're freaking amazing. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Um, have a blessed day. Thanks for stopping by, and take care. Amen.